The arsonist has oddly shaped feet. Now, I've said that too many times now. The arsonist has oddly shaped feet. The arsonist has oddly shaped feet. It just sounds weird. Joshua, what's going on, man? LOL. I was all by myself. No one was looking. Dude, I was just chilling. I was just kicking it. I don't even know what I was doing. I was just playing around. What's going on, dude? How you doing? How's your Friday? I was thinking of you, Joshua. That's so nice. That's so nice, my friend. I bet you YouTube just gave me a notification that I went live because it does that every single time. It does. It did. Every single time I go live, it always gives myself a notification like I don't know that I'm going live. I don't know why it does this. Fox, what up, dude? Listening in, now back to work. David, what up, dude? Fox, how's your guys' Fridays going? Chill, relaxing Fridays, hopefully after a decent work week. But some people are still working through the weekend, so you know, it is what it is. I'm super pumped. Super pumped, Fox. We got the computer parts back there. They're actually starting to come in now, so I can get off this Mac that's just breaking me every single time I try to get on it, and just not a fan. Not a fan. The Mac is starting to let me down. Mikkel, I think I got that one right. What up, dude? How you doing, man? How's your guys' Friday? Speeder, David, you're carrying a chair very oddly, Matt. Yo, what is going on, you guys? Fox Ace Media, you just went live. I know, right? It tells me. For some reason, YouTube always... Did you lock Small Dog out? No, he's in here. Yeah, for some reason, YouTube always gives me a notification. Why are you sitting, like, right behind me?
We're doing a McLaren sync right now.
Every single time, YouTube always notifies me that I'm going live. Like, I don't know that I'm going live. It's the weirdest thing. Dog, what's going on, man? Old Green Day song. Old Green Day song. I cannot recall which one that is. Parts. Woo, that's what I'm saying. Next payday, I'll probably order some more of them. Need to grab a beer. I think Matt has one back there. It's a Stella, though. Connor, what's going on, man? What's going to be your new computer setup? Ask Fox and Damo. They know a lot more about it than I do. I just order the parts they tell me to order, and then I'll put it together one way or another. I'm going to be honest, I don't know anything about computers. I can tear apart a car and put it back together, but you ask me anything about like computers or electronics, just no idea. No idea. Andres, what's going on, man? What up? So hyped for the test fit tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Same. I have no idea how well this EG33 is going to fit in the engine bay of the 17 STI. I'm assuming that we're just going to have like no forward room between the engine and the core support. I remember a couple months ago I test fit half of the case half in the engine bay, and it was already a pretty tight fit, but it also didn't have a head on it or any of the timing components. And I also forgot to order one of the timing idlers, so I had to order that today, so hopefully that'll be here sometime next week, so I can actually get that motor in time. So oops, I kind of wish I would have test fitted that all yesterday, but I mean, too late now. Dude, I'm dealing with overheating issues. The shop says it's not a head gasket, so WTF. Dog, I'm telling you, man, do a compression test. See what's going on. If you're losing compression, I would check head gasket at that point. Or you can still get those little radiator, like, compression tester dealios that if it detects CO2.
The little pump.
Yeah, the little pump.
Yeah, you can just pump up pressure test.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you can do that too. You can do that too.
Test for hydrocarbons.
Yeah. Matt, Christian says. Matt.
Christian.
What's up, Tanner? What's up, young Gerald? Don't know if the EG is the same as the EJ. Don't forget all the coolant stuff that goes behind the timing cover. Oh, you're talking about, yeah, the water pipe stuff. All of that does go behind the timing cover. I can slip all of that in before I need to, or I can slip it all in there. It's no big. I should probably actually find that. It's in a bin somewhere. It's somewhere in a bin.
Before it's too late.
Bortforts, Tanner and Matt. Happy Friday, dudes. Happy Friday to you, Bortforts. What's up, man? Did you ever try the ketchup? I have not tried the ketchup yet. Someone told me that ketchup removes rust.
It does.
Does it actually?
Yeah.
Is it the sugar in the ketchup?
It's the acidic value to the ketchup.
How long does it have to sit in ketchup?
We'll find out.
I don't know. I mean, I'm willing to give it a try. I just really wanted to see some Advans on the 17. You know the price of Advans? Advans are expensive. I did look at Advans because I've always wanted the RS2s, but those things are like way outside of budget. I think they were $700 a wheel. My budget was like $500 to $520-ish per wheel. I'm happy with the Yankees though. I really like those RSO 55Rs, I believe is the wheel. I was getting mixed up. AMD, where it's at. I think that's the processor. Is AMD the processor?
You're probably getting an AMD GPU.
Yeah, that's what
processor.
I mean. That's what Fox and them said was AMD. Omni, what's up, man? Computers are not as bad. I've built 3 so far. I figure they're not as bad. I mean, it seems like a lot less parts on a computer than a car. So I mean, if I can put a car together, if I can strip through all the wiring in the 17 STI, I can definitely do a computer.
Aren't you doing water cooled for your first PC build?
Yeah, it's right there.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, it's right there. It showed up today.
I'm going to be confused on what radiator you're talking about.
I know, right? Hey, what's good, man? I'm ordering forged internals for my $20 EJ20 short block tonight. Nice. Get all the good ones. Make all the power. Are you going to say the big news? Am I going to say... No, Kyle, I'm not. I mean, it's in the Discord. If you guys are in the Discord, I posted the news in the Discord. So, I mean, you'll see it. You'll see it. Just get in the Discord. The Discord is where all the good stuff is at. And it's where I like to get weird. I get weird in the Discord. Wonder, what's going on? Sup, guys? How you doing, man? Compound turbo setup for the EG33? No. I already know we're going to be super limited on space in the engine bay of the 17 STI with the EG33 in there. And doing a compound turbo setup, there's not going to be much room to be able to do something like that. So we're just going to do a decent-sized turbo that'll have like good response, make good power. I've been looking at the 6870. I think I'm pretty much set on that one. The ball bearing 6870 with a .84 AR. T4 divided should be a solid turbo for what we're doing. Should be solid.
She gonna work.
She is gonna work. How do you feel about the carbon fiber fender flares for the VA? Who makes them? Gunnar Flanders. Tell me who makes them, and I'll like look them up. Didn't auto start. What didn't auto start? David, what didn't auto start? Now you got me like thinking about it. Chase Bay's radiator fixes the spacing problem for you. Does Chase Bay's make a radiator? I didn't know they made radiators. I have their power steering set up in the other car, but... hey, what's up, homies? Happy to see the EG33 coming together. That's what I'm saying. I'm really annoyed that I forgot to order one of the idler pulleys. It's 100% my fault when I was looking at the diagram. You've seen Subaru diagrams. It'll be like one pulley, and then there's like all these red dashes that come off to wherever they go, and I didn't see one of them branched out and went down. And then
it's like a continuation. Click to
yeah, and I was like, oh, and then I looked at it again today. I was like, fuck. So
and when you put it on and one's missing, and you just go.
Yeah, I was like, damn it. I got the new grommets order, too, because people told me not to reuse the grommets in the valve cover because I guess they're sealing. I guess they help seal the valve cover so no oil comes out. Mine are old and crusty, so I'll just take them out one by one and pop them out and put in the new ones. And they also discontinued valve cover bolts for that car. Weirdest thing to discontinue.
Wow, it must suck dealing with discontinued parts.
I
don't
know,
what
right?
That's like at all.
I know, right? Sup, brother? What's going on, Chris? Got brand new bolts for everything. That's the way to do it. Brand new bolts for everything. I'm trying to get brand new bolts for everything that I can going through the EG33 and trying to like minimize how much I'm reusing. Some of the stuff I have to reuse, which kind of sucks because just discontinuations. Your friend knows too much about air pumps. LOL. Sus. Air pumps. Dog. Air pumps. Air pumps. I think he's talking about you pumping up the air pressure. Oh yeah. Greetings from Seattle. What's going on, Near Media?
Old, bro.
Just grabbed an E36 318 Ti. Ooh, that sounds like a fun car to be able to pick up on the side. I wouldn't mind like an older 3 Series. Older 3 Series would be a fun car. It's vinegar. It's the vinegar in the ketchup. That's what it is. Greetings from Tulalip. I always get that wrong. That is Tulalip, right? Tulalip.
That is Tulalip.
Tulalip. What's going on, man? Did I miss you putting in a thermostat? I don't have a thermostat in the car because it hasn't been delivered yet. I ordered it. I'm just waiting for it to show up. So right now it's just the coolant neck that is on the water pump. There's not actually a thermostat in there because I don't have it yet. What should be normal oil temps for a 2015 WRX? I don't know. Off the top of my head, I don't know the FA20 oil temps off the top of my head. Do you have any idea? I don't know. I've never had an oil temp gauge in any of my FA20s.
Yeah, I honestly don't really monitor oil temp, even though I should.
I mean, oil temp is a good thing to monitor. Oil pressure, to me, if I had to choose between like oil temp and oil pressure, I'd 100% choose oil pressure over oil temp any day of the week, though. Small dog, don't you dare boof back there, man. 850 a wheel, boy. Yeah, see, that's way too much. Advance, way too much for me right there. What's up, homie? Shout out to Small Dog. Got rear-ended in my launch edition last week. I'm still pissed. Oh, I don't blame you. I'd be pissed too if someone rear-ended any of my cars. I don't even care what it could be. like an old beat to hell like Ford Taurus, and I'd still be upset if someone rear-ended that thing. Also, Dog, appreciate the dono, my friend. We got a crazy cat down there. There, have a beer on me. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna grab a Truly here soon. Once Melanie is done taking her test through WGU. So once she's done, I'm gonna pop out for a minute, and Matt's gonna commandeer the stream while I grab a beverage. Just like your favorite cola removes battery acid buildup. That is true. I did that as a science experiment like 5th grade, where I took a whole bunch of pennies and I put them in like a jar with like Coca-Cola and like saw how long it took to clean them. The Coke turned to syrup. It sat so long.
Oh my god.
It worked.
Don't you miss school?
No.
Doing random shit all day. People want you to.
I mean, I do that in the garage now.
That is true.
I mean, it's similar. The Cosmos R1s are the truth. I'm not a huge fan of Cosmos, but I mean, they make good wheels. I'm just not a huge fan of their wheels. Screw ketchup, use Coca-Cola. Another vote for Coca-Cola. CPU, I think that was the AMD thing right there. I made it. Welcome, Cody. What's going on, man? If I already cut off my mufflers and resonators on a 2015 WRX and it bubbles and pops a lot, is that fine? Or will it foul out my cat? So if I already cut the muffler, if you cut your mufflers, that's not going to do anything to your catalytic converter because all the exhaust has already passed through the catalytic converter and the muffler is just kind of at the end. So probably what you're hearing is just a little bit of sound increase right there, but no damage will happen to your cat if you just remove your mufflers. It's like same as doing a muffler delete.
She's out.
Is she?
Do you want me to grab you one?
Yeah, could you grab me a Truly? Surprise me. Surprise me on the flavor.
You don't want that because I'm going to get you lemon.
Don't give me lemon. Give me any flavor but lemon. Lemon's like the worst one. Don't get me lemon. Does the value of a 2018 STI increase or decrease after replacing the short block by the dealer? It stays the exact same book value. You could add $100,000 worth of mods, but to like the general like buying public, it's still going to be worth whatever book value is. Unless you find a specific like niche buyer, it's going to be worth the exact same thing. Personally, if I'm buying a used car, having a replaced short block is definitely a big plus, but I don't think I'd go out of my way to pay a little bit more for a car with one when I can just do everything in the garage myself. What flavor you get me?
The Passion fruit.
Passion fruit?
Fruit.
Drift car incoming, that's what I'm saying. Hey, Connor! Appreciate the dono, man. Try Tacoma Screw for any hardware for your EG. They do automotive hardware. They do? I just am too lazy to drive to Tacoma Screw.
Tacoma Screw make me some random
We both
stuff.
need to go to Tacoma Screw because they need to make you a throttle cable. Because you need that made.
Yeah.
Intel is better with heat management. See, I know nothing about computers. I was told, like, computer parts, there's, like, opinions on all of it, so I'm not, like... Oh, hello, small dog.
I'm sorry.
Tanner, have you ever thought about getting a motorcycle for the channel? I have, but I know myself with a motorcycle, and I get dangerous on 2 wheels. So, maybe at one point, yeah, I might get a motorcycle. No plans to here in the near future, just because I know I can be a little reckless at times. So I don't know. We'll see on that one. Where's the Discord link? Matt, will you go in the Discord and share the Discord and just toss it in the chat?
Will it let me?
It should. I don't know if
It
not.
normally doesn't let. I don't think it lets other people.
Here, okay.
Share links.
I will throw the Discord link in there. I got it. I'm already on Discord. I'm getting the link now because if you guys ain't in the Discord, get in the Discord. It's like a good time. There's a lot of like partying going on in the Discord all the time. I get weird in the Discord.
It's like being able to hang out times a day.
I love GIFs too. I'm gonna incept the stream. Boom. Paste Discord link. Posted. Discord link is posted if anyone wants to join the Discord. Dude, come to Redmond. Let's hang out. Check out our car scene, please. I never go up to Redmond because there's always so much. I hate sitting in traffic. I absolutely hate sitting in traffic. So. I mean, if I'm ever up in the area, I'm totally down, but, like, trying to, like, 167 traffic is always awful. 512 traffic is always awful. If I'm ever, like, up in the Redmond area, I would definitely be down, but that's, like, that's a mob. It's a mob from down here. Why haven't you got sponsored like other YouTubers for the EG build for the major parts that you need? You're the only one doing this crazy build, bro. Sick build. Can't wait to see it. So some companies have definitely jumped on board with the EG33. DC Power down in California, they're making a sick alternator for the car. ACT sent us over their... Oh, I'm totally spacing on their name. It's got a special name. Mod Twin. ACT sent us over their Mod Twin clutch for the car. Outside of that, no one else has really jumped on board for the EG, I don't know, just I guess like hard times. I personally also haven't really reached out to companies to ask, just because I don't know, I've always felt a little bit guilty like reaching out to companies being like, hey, do you guys just want to like send parts over? It's just, I don't know,
like max peating rods.
like max peating rods. But yeah, I don't know, I've just been, and plus some companies have reached out and I've told them no. Like I personally wouldn't accept parts from a company that I wouldn't pay for and like market to you guys. I feel wrong doing that, so I personally just wouldn't do it. What should I do to keep the heat down in my engine bay? Hit 150 intake temps in standstill traffic, and it scared me. Already have a box and SF intake. So,
I can yell now.
Geez. So, obviously, IATs are a very important thing to manage. When I was doing the 17 STI, IATs were a big thing for me, trying to keep them as low as possible. Heat reflective tape works well. Hood vents work well. Front mount intercooler works well as having like the hood scoop blocked off also definitely helped. That kept I'd say it kept my ambient temps around like plus 10 degrees for where, kind of where I wanted. Even sitting in traffic, they wouldn't get crazy hot. So there's a lot of heat management stuff you can do. Also, if you don't have like a turbo blanket or a turbo heat shield, definitely considering one of those. Christian, I am guessing that you have those. But even if your intake temps are getting up to 150 degrees, you're okay. Just don't get into like boost hard, because obviously you're just gonna be sucking in like a lot of hot air, and nobody wants that. You want the coolest possible air going in there. So I mean, you can there's definitely things you can do to mitigate it, but only to an extent. RPG carbon fiber for those carbon fiber fenders. I will have to look at those after this. I'm glad you went single turbo. I know a lot of people who switch to single from twins on a Super and R34s. I mean, single just seems like obviously it's the more cost-effective way to go right now. But it should make the power and it should give the response that I want out of the car. It's not going to be like crazy. That's why I want like a mid-size AR, because when you start going like too big with AR, you start moving the power band up higher, and then it obviously takes a little bit longer. You lose a little bit of response. So trying to find like a mid-range AR on the hot side of the turbo is definitely something that I've been like heavily considering when looking at turbo selection. So I feel like it'll be a good setup. The landscaping crew at the dealer I work at broke the passenger rear window in my Subi. I'm guessing it was like a weed eater or a lawnmower that probably shot a rock up.
A lawnmower. Just launched that shit.
Well, shooting rocks out. I mean, I've seen them do it. They paid for the new window and tint, but it'll be a week before it comes. I am driving my car. I don't blame you, Perry. I'd be so pissed. That's like your whole windshield incident.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Especially like a side window and a door. That's annoying to replace.
I always worry about my my sunroof. That's a big old sunroof.
You have like a giant moonroof. If that thing's
sucked out from the pressure loss,
you just get sucked out of the car. Just got the carbon hood and trunk installed tomorrow morning. Woo! Dying to see that EJ fitment. That is going to be Sunday's video. Is test fitting that engine in the engine bay. So all day tomorrow I'm going to be fanoodling. Well, in the morning and afternoon. I have to go to a birthday party tomorrow night, which you are more than welcome to come to. If you'd like, it's at the Mod Garage. It's Brian's birthday tomorrow, so happy birthday, Brian, if you're seeing this.
Brian.
But yeah, pretty much all day tomorrow is going to be dedicated to figuring out what we need to do to get that thing to fit, what fits, what doesn't fit, what we need to modify, what I need to cut out, because I'm sure there's going to be something I need to cut out, so we're going to figure it out. And honestly, if it does fit, do I need to take it back out? Or can I leave it in? I think I can just leave it in.
I just leave it there.
I think it'd be easier to do timing with it outside of the car, though. I don't know. It's easy to. It's not going in with a clutch, so it's easy to take it out.
Let's see how it looks in there.
Because I'm not bolting the clutch and flywheel up to it. I'm literally just gonna bolt it to the trans.
Okay, you can't.
Well, I just need to leave it in to go to fab. Once it comes back from fab, I can take it back out.
Yeah.
And then actually there's just no point putting the clutch and flywheel in, because I'm gonna have to take the motor out to put the oil pan on to properly seal it before it goes back in. And I have to take it out to put the new valve cover grommets on.
That's going to be so complex making an oil pan for that.
Why? People have done it.
No, I don't mean just in general making an oil pan for that. I mean making an oil pan for that with it in car. He's probably going to have to like...
Oh, I know.
Spec everything and then make it outside of car.
And then test fit. And then test fit. Yeah, he'll probably cut the tacks if it like doesn't
you
work.
Saw,
yeah. I mean, we don't even know. We don't even know. What if the stock pan just fits? Like, we don't 100% know. The stock pan could fit.
Yeah, it just depends on where
we just don't know.
Goes.
I don't think it'll be too bad for him to fabricate it up. I mean, I think he's going to take the stock oil pan, flip it, make a flange, bolt the flange up, and then start tacking onto it to see like where it comes out. And then he's gonna have to build the header going around the pan, because the pan's got to be done before the header.
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking is, even before I get the turbo, taking the car down there, so that way he can start on the oil pan, the radiator, and the intercooler core. Because once I bring the turbo to him, then he can do the downpipe, the intercooler piping. He can start on the intake manifold if it's down there also. So that way,
I still need to get that SRT over to him.
Yeah,
we're about to just throw work at Kyle.
I know Kyle's gonna love it. Kyle, if you're watching this stream, we're about to bring a lot of work your way, my man.
Slam you with work, man.
I have a dyno this Monday. Did everything in your video about getting ready for it, but I'm still nervous that something will fail. Don't be nervous, man. Don't be nervous. Dyno prep is 100%. It's really not that bad. Like pre-dyno inspection, they're gonna take the car into the back of the shop. They're gonna run over everything that I talked about on that video. As long as everything is in order and everything looks good, you should be solid. I have never been turned away from a dyno just following those basic principles. I mean, I've seen people turned away from dyno days before because they're missing gaskets, something is like properly not aligned, there's missing parts, something's just installed crazy wrong. But for the most part, if everything is installed correctly and you go through and you do that pre-dyno checklist, you should be totally fine. I was sitting as soon as pop-up and stream hadn't started, had to re-upload YouTube, so Miss Very start. I'm working and listening. I feel it. I don't know why YouTube does that, but for some reason they do that. When I finally get the W8 Beetle... Oh my goodness, chat. When I finally get the W8 Beetle build started, I'll have to parts custom machine. Jesus. The whole engine was discontinued. It sucks. Like, discontinued parts, there's always workarounds, like, you can do to make discontinued parts. Like, you can find some, or you can either,
I didn't realize Fox was going to make a W8 Beetle.
Yeah, Fox is going crazy with his Beetle, man.
W8?
Yeah. Fox is living life over there, man. He's living in 3030.
All right.
He's living in 3030 right now. I got a bunch of stuff for my 2016 WRX2 install. I cannot wait to get them on. Hope you have a great night. Hey, hopefully you have a great time installing all those parts. Hopefully no frustration happens. Hopefully everything is nice and chill. Hopefully it all goes according to plan. Every time I've said like an install's only going to take like 15 minutes or an hour or something like that, it turns into like a excursion every single time.
Talk about it.
What up, Tanner and Matt? Happy Friday. Do you have any opinions for wheels on a blob eye? I mean, that kind of depends on like what your budget is, what your fitment is, what like wheel style you like. Jack, let me know. Let me know these variables, and we'll definitely help you out, my man. Oil recommendation for O4 Wrx, 140k miles, stock motor stage 2. If you're looking for something like somewhat affordable and good, I would definitely suggest like Mutual 5W40. It's what I pretty much run in all my cars. Matt's now using the fancier version, which is
just run the 8100 XS.
What is the fancy stuff that you got?
300V.
300V, thank you. I always forget.
Yeah, I swapped to 300V and it changed my whole life, but you probably don't need it.
I bet you it's like a placebo.
And it probably is a placebo, and I was just like, wow, this is great!
Whoa!
Wow, this new oil's way better than the last one. I could have just changed my oil with anything and it would have felt the same.
Put royal purple in there.
Yeah. No.
Are you going to run the Brimbos for now? Yes, I am. So I'm going to be using the stock 4-pot, 2-pots on the EG. My game plan is to source a used set of 2018 plus STI front Brimbos, and then just use the current rear Brimbos that I have on the car, and I'll probably powder coat and reuse those front Brimbos on the 05 STI, pull the ones off the 05 STI. And you need front Brimbos, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I could probably just sell you one of those.
Fantastic. Let's do it.
See?
Can we do it tomorrow?
If you buy me some 6-pot STI Brimbos. He
Okay.
always wants to. Hope you're going for only 300 wheel horsepower on E85 with that flat 6, so it's reliable as ever. It'll be reliable as ever with 1,000 wheel horsepower. That motor is so overbuilt. The motor is overkill for what we're doing, and I love it.
Overkill.
Like nothing, I don't foresee anything happening with that thing. Where did you buy your DAMD steering wheel in the Blob Eye STI, and where can I get one? I got mine from Commie Speed. I think Commie Speed was the only place that I could actually find that like had one in stock. The rest of them were all like make to order, so as soon as you order one, they're obviously going to make it, send it out to you. But Commie Speed, check there. That's where I got mine. They had one in stock at the time. I don't know if they have any more in stock, but that DAMD wheel is 100% for me. Truly for the win. See, that's what I'm saying. I like Truly. It tastes good.
Lemon is not the worst one, though?
Lemon? Ooh, mango. I'd say mango is actually the worst.
Is it?
I don't like the mango ones.
I don't really like mango stuff.
The mango Trulies don't taste good. I'll be the first to say. I like mangoes and mango flavored things, but they did not get the mango flavoring right.
I only like artificial mango flavor. You remember? Were you there when we went to Fred Meyer and I bought mangoes for some reason because I saw mangoes? And I was like, yo, I like mangoes in everything.
Dude, I do that.
Then I try to eat a mango and I was like, these are bland and boring and suck.
You gotta like dry them out and put a little bit of sugar on them or something. I don't know. We need a dehydrator.
Food I have to prepare.
I am actually drinking a lemon right now. So I'm just not a fan of the lemon ones. Try Malibus Splash. Way better than Truly by 3 Car.
Splash.
Interesting. Is that Malibu? Is that
Malibu's
Smash. AMD all the way. Very more bang for your buck. Well, I think AMD is actually the one on my list right now. Thinking about painting the 318 Ti like the AE86. And what's that? The white with the black bottom on it? I think that'll look good. Then again, I've never seen a BMW painted that color scheme before, but I'm all for it. If you do it, shoot me a picture. I'm curious. Hey man, I took your advice on the AOS. I picked up the Axis port and IAG air oil separator. Very solid setup. Can't go wrong with IAG. IAG is like the way to go for air oil separators. 100%. Or Cobb. Cobb is just a rebranded IAG one though. So, I mean. If you were to set me as a moderator on here, I would gladly paste Discord links. I don't know if YouTube lets me do that. I don't know if YouTube actually lets me do that because it's through Streamlabs. I'd have to look at, I'd have to play Streamlabs a little bit. Any thoughts on linking with Batterbuilt? All right, hold up. We're about to take a side detour here. We're about to take a major side detour now that someone actually brought this up. So apparently, we're getting into the I don't want to call it drama.
This is the juicy part of the stream.
The tea, I guess. Who has been going around telling Batterbuilt that I don't like him? I have no beef with Batterbuilt. I like Batterbuilt. He does some cool stuff. I'm all for it. Apparently, there's been like rumors saying that I don't like Batterbuilt. I don't know why. I like the dude. I was talking to the dude yesterday. We're like trying to like plan something to do a collab together. But to like squash any potential beef out there, I got no beef with Batterbuilt. He's a cool dude. Josh is a cool dude. He builds cool cars, alright? So now that we're like past that, do I have any plans of linking up with Josh? Yes, we have been talking about it. We are working something out. We're going to figure something out. Throwing that out there. Now that we're past the tea, don't start rumors either. Like, there's no need to start rumors like that. I don't know who started those or why they started or how they started. I've never won.
I heard Smeedia's car is going to be faster.
I don't get it. Like, I've never said anything. I've always said he'd beat me on.
I've heard that
race
car stuff is more fun together.
Yeah. Why do you think I helped you work on a neon that I hated working on?
Yeah. Well, I thought it was because we were friends and stuff. But...
Well, that too.
Okay.
That too. The neon did suck to work on, though. I will admit that.
The neon sucks to work on. I agree.
We are 54 in the chat, and only 12 of us like the video. People give us some love. That's what I'm saying. Mickey coming in here, policing it up. Nick started all the gossip. Who's Nick? I don't know who Nick is.
God dang it, Nick.
COD? I don't know. If I have time tonight, I'll play some COD. I don't know if I do or not. Does the FA20 WRX suck? I feel like they're slow compared to the STI. I mean, if you're looking at it, I mean, it's an FA20 versus an EJ. I mean, they have different modifications. Yeah, they have different modification paths.
Pros and cons each.
The FA20 is 100% going to be more responsive to modifications up to about 400 wheel horsepower, where then after 400 wheel horsepower, that's when the EJ is going to start coming into play. But no, I don't think FA20 suck. I think the stock tune on the FA20 100% sucks. But once you reflash it, you put a better tune on there. No, nothing bad about the FA20. Batters VA bait versus EG33 STI. You name the name for the STI has never changed. It's always been the Blueberoo. Even though it's gray, it's still the Blueberoo. It's 100% the Blueberoo. And I've said this before. I'm totally down to race Batter. He'd squash me because he lives on a drag strip pretty much, and I've never raced on a drag strip before. But I mean, I'd totally be down. Totally. All right, 100%. Who is Nick? Also, don't think anything. I don't even know classic. I don't even know who Nick is.
You just made up that name.
I don't think he's a real person right now.
He was Bob.
How do you add power without taking cats out? You get a high flow cat. You get a high flow catalytic converter. I have a high flow cat in the O5 STI, and that one's making what, almost 460 wheel horsepower. You can make power with catalytic converters. Like, there's no need to delete a catalytic converter unless you like
create so much power that it just naturally
blows
takes
itself
the cat
out. It's just, I mean, they make high flow cats nowadays. They make very efficient catalytic converters nowadays. So you can easily make power with a cat. You just need all the proper supporting mods to accommodate the power that you want to make. Oh my goodness, where did I didn't highlight. I didn't highlight where I just was. Here we go. What are my thoughts on the FA20 EGR unplug? Any cons? Unplug. Can't seem to have any delete shift.
Like an EGR delete.
Yeah, but you're just unplugging it?
Or
I've never heard of it. I've never heard of this unplug method. So I'd have to look that up.
are we talking delete or?
No, he's just saying unplug because he said can't seem to have any deletes shipped into Cali with this EPA nonsense going on. Huge fan of. Well, also first of all, appreciate the huge fan of the channel. Second of all, I'm not entirely sure on what just the EGR unplug is. I mean, EGR full delete, I know what that is. I mean, you recirc the tube back in, you block off everything, you get the proper tune to delete the codes. As for the unplug, I'm not quite sure. I'm pretty sure if you unplug it, you're still going to have a code, and you're still going to have everything like flowing and circulating the same way that it would.
Check engine light, and then you'll have issues.
Yeah, I mean, regardless.
The tuner's still going to be like, dude, something's wrong with your car.
Yeah, and then he's not going to tune it. He's not going to do anything. So, as for that, not entirely sure on that one. DCCD doesn't mean much to me. Only my boxer, or only the boxer rumble. DCCD is where it's at. DCCD is awesome. Is it worth it to spend $10K just for the rumble? I mean,
I always take the rumble out.
Yeah, I mean, I always
I've done it.
I always put equal length headers on all of my STIs anyways. When you're buying an STI over the WRX, the money you're spending is really going towards the drivetrain. Not so much the interior, because the interior is pretty much same at this point. It's really going towards the drivetrain and the engine at that point. Just because, I mean, obviously exterior-wise, it pretty much looks the exact same with the exception of wing, but you can snag a wing off an STI owner that wants to convert over to a wingless setup. Trust me, I do it. Jesus, Mark! Appreciate the dono, dude!
Dear God, man.
Coming in, killing it! God, that is actually, I think, single-handed the biggest dono we have ever had. Jesus, appreciate it, dude. Hope all is going well. I cannot wait to see the end result. Best of luck, my dude. Appreciate it, my man. Thank you so much. That's definitely going to go towards the EG for more nonsense for it.
That pulley you forgot.
Dude, that pulley was
expensive
so
enough.
expensive. Those things were like crazy expensive. But appreciate the dono, Mark. Jesus, man. I lost focus. When it comes to WRX versus STI, you're really paying for, with an STI, you're really paying for the drivetrain, the engine pretty much at that point. I personally think that the drivetrain is worth it with the entire DCCD. The STI drivetrain is probably one of the most... It's probably my favorite one that I've ever driven. Like, I've driven a lot of manual transmission cars. 100%, the DCCD and the STI is by far my favorite. It gives a really good mechanical feel. It gives a really good driver feedback feel. The 6-speed and the FA20, people say that it's, like, good enough for them, which I'm totally fine with. Like, it took me some modification on my old FA20 to get the transmission to where I wanted. I mean, if it were me, I'd rather get an STI over WRX. Personal preference. Everyone's going to have different circumstances for what they want out of a car, but to each their own. I mean, if you had to pick one, which would you pick and why?
The STI.
Why?
Because isn't WRX still cable driven?
Yep.
So it's not direct connected. It
No.
just doesn't feel as good. I mean, in my opinion, the 5 speeds and the like FA 6-speed, any cable driven, they feel smoother.
I disagree with that.
I think they feel, because they don't have the notchy, like, you're fully connected clicking.
Well, that's what I like. I like the notchy.
Which sometimes, like, if your transmission's not set up right, where you get, as you're putting it in gear, it, like, notches twice. I hate that shit. But at the same time, if it's set up right and it goes in like butter every time, I like that shit.
Yeah, I mean, true.
So,
true.
And it's heaps and bounds stronger, so I'd pick the STI 6-speed.
6-speed, 100%. The previous owner took off the heat shield, so I'm trying to find a blanket for the TD04. Any recommendations? PTP, 100%. That's what I run on the FP Black. That's what I ran on my FP Blue. I think Matt has a steam speed. Honestly, steam speed, PTP, both turbo.
I had a PTP on the Neon, too.
I like PTP. The fitment on them is good. I would not suggest the Cobb turbo blanket. If anyone's looking at the Cobb one, 10 out of 10 don't suggest that one. You remember the fitment on that was trash.
Yeah.
It was.
That didn't even make sense.
It was awful. Like
we
normally
literally looked at it like, this looks like a napkin.
Normally, Cobb's
I'm not
fitment
putting
on their
over
parts
this.
is like spot on, perfect, 100%. Their turbo blanket, trash. Just no. But honestly, PTP. Will this engine have EJ rumble? Probably not. So the EG is probably going to sound more like a GT3 kind of sound, like a turbo 911. I think is the best way I can describe how they sound.
I think it depends on how. Well, we're not gonna know till we know.
Yeah, I mean, we're not gonna know, but all the
it depends on if you're able to actually make everything equal length or not.
It's gonna be slightly unequal,
Yeah.
but it's not gonna have a crazy amount of rumble. And it's not gonna have as much rumble as an EJ. We'll put it that way. 59 people watching and only 8 likes. What are we doing? Make sure we're hitting that like button, you guys. Come on. Come on. What do you monitor on your access port? I got feedback knock, DAM, fine knock learn, AFR boost, and coolant temp. I monitor DAM, Every once in a while, feedback knock, but I don't really modify it anymore like
That's
I should.
basically everything I monitor.
That's what you monitor? I mean, I do feedback knock, dam, coolant temp, intake, air temp. What else do I have on that thing? Every once in a while, throttle position.
When I think I'm being a Lightfoot, I'll put throttle position.
What else
on
do
just
I
to go,
have?
"Oh, okay, I'm only at 15.
I don't remember everything that I have on there. Pretty much what you got going on is a good setup. AFR and boost, I have those on there even though I have dedicated gauges. That's what I have. AFR, boost, feedback knock, dam, intake temp, and coolant temp. That's what I monitor. Also, David, appreciate the dono, man! WX drivetrain is also a liquid viscous front diff instead of a mechanical center diff as well. That is also true. That's also another good point. The STI transmission is just a lot more robust. If Subaru is known for overbuilding anything, it's the STI 6-speed. Like, that is the one thing they did just perfect. It is the noodle of the spaghetti on top of the birthday cake. Doesn't even make sense. Hey, Smeedy, I finally made it to a live stream. Cannot wait to see the install the install video of the engine. Woo! That's what I'm saying, Joseph. Welcome to live stream for the first time, man. Just ordered my NVIDIA J-Pipe from the Mod Garage. Hey, that's what I'm saying. The Mod Garage got all the good stuff. They don't stock as much as they used to anymore, which really sucks for me because I'm more of an impulse buyer where if I see something and I want it, normally I'll just buy it on the spot instead of like thinking things through. But I guess that's also a good thing for me, so that way I'm not like overspending on things that I don't actually need. But awesome. Yeah, good to hear. Glad to hear, man. Bro, what fuel pump are you running in the 17? So in the 2017 STI, I have, it's already installed. I did a video on it a long time ago. I have two Walburo 450s in the fuel tank of the 17 STI. So I'm using the stock fuel tank. I have the Radium dual fuel pump hanger with two Walburo 450s. That should be more than enough to supply us with any amount of fuel. We're going to be running Dash 8 fuel line. We're using the stock hard lines for now. I mean, if I am going to swap them, now's the best time to swap them, but I really don't want to swap them right now. So we're going to be using the Dash 6 stock hard line that goes up to the front of the car. Then we're going to run a Dash 6 to Dash 8 increaser. It's not a reducer. What's the opposite of reducer? Increaser? We're going to use a little to bigger. We're going to go from a littler to a bigger, the little to bigger guy. And then we're going to run Dash 8 to the fuel pressure regulator, down to the fuel rails, back up, and everything like that.
My brain is locked on that now. Oh my god.
On what? The opposite of a reducer? A Y.
Expander, something.
Expander.
Increaser.
I'm going with big to littler. Littler to bigger.
I read this one already.
On my Legacy GT, one of my coil pack connections is broken and needs to be switched. Do you know of a replacement for the entire harness? Oh, go on iWire. They sell the individual connectors. Just go on iWire and you can just repin it. I covered that in today's upload, actually. I've had to depin and repin connectors. Perfect timing. It's really easy to do. Just make sure you have a really small pick. But I think those connectors are cheap. I want to say they're like $1, maybe.
iWire sells them all.
Yeah, iWire has like all OEM connectors that you could ever need. I've had that happen before, and instead of replacing the connector, you know what I did? I plugged it in, and then I zip-tied the connector to the coil pack.
I remember that.
It worked.
I know.
Never had an issue with it. I don't suggest anyone doing that, but if you're in a pinch and you don't want to like repin anything, you can definitely just zip-tie it on there. Have you seen the new AEM huge fuel pump? What do I look up? Like AEM huge fuel pump? Tell me what to Google and I'll look it up.
Is it brushless?
Probably.
I've heard good things about brushless.
I mean, everyone's going to brushless. Deechworks, everyone.
Full fuel pump controller.
Full fuel pump controller. I have an 1111 dam on my O4 Wrx. What can I do to get it up to 16? Try resetting ECU learning. That should help. Well, that'll force it back to 16. If it goes from 16 back down to 1111, then you know you have something going wrong. That's what I would start doing, is just force it. Just ECU reset or clear parameters, cycle it back, it'll go back to 1616, and then if it drops back down to 1111, start digging through the car, see if you can find anything that might be causing that. Also, Plumber, appreciate the dono, man. Yo, Matt. Slick cut.
Thanks, bro.
Feedback knock at most only negative 2.11. That's totally normal values. I knew it was going to do that. I knew it. It blocked this. CS Gray.
Anything under 5.
Matt is adorable. What an honest face asshole.
Who said that?
CS Gray.
Thanks, dude.
He's just playing. He's just playing, you know. Where did I just go? I just totally lost where I was. Somewhere up here. Domino's Pizza. Ben coming in with the Domino's Pizza again, man. Borg Warner or Precision Turbo? I'm going with Precision. Borg Warner turbos are massive. Even their EFRs.
For whatever reason, they are fat boys.
They're huge.
They are huge. If you want to brag about it, but make the same power, but scare somebody next to you that makes like more power than you, put a Borg Warner on it.
John has a Borg Warner.
Yeah, and it's fat.
It's huge.
It's a fat boy.
That's a huge turbo. And it's Tyler's.
And Tyler has one.
Tyler, and his turbo's not even rated that
less
much.
than the one that's in my SRT, and it's literally double the size.
Yeah. I don't get it. Borg Warner, they make good turbos. Let me say that right now, so that way I'm not trying to like talk down Borg Warner. They make great turbos.
They definitely make the scary ones.
Packaging is it's a big turbo.
Just a big boy.
And I could make the same power with a smaller turbo. So I'm going with the smaller one. Gearheads Performance in Texas. Domino's. Gearheads. Do they eat Domino's, Ben? That's what I'm getting out of that. Yee! I made it. What's up, Boosted Frequency, my man? What's going on, dude? Get out of the chair and I will sub. All right, Team Exotic. I have no pants on. Just a disclaimer. Ah! Woo! Saw my belly button. It's not pierced. That'd be weird. That was a weird thing to say. I don't care. I don't care.
This truly is getting to him.
Hey, Mister. Hope you are doing good, Tanner. I'm doing great, man. How are you doing? How's your Friday going, my dude? I was told today tune shops are not touching cars if you add your parts. They want to install and tune themselves, which I think is so stupid. I 100% agree. If I went to a shop and they were like, we need to install all these parts to tune it, I'd be like, I'll go somewhere else. I'll take my money somewhere else. I'm not going to pay you guys a ridiculous labor fee of $150 an hour to install all of this stuff. Is the chat lagging that much? What PTP turbo blanket do I need for my black? Just their standard EJ one. That's the one that I run on my black. See you 707. Appreciate the dono, my friend. Most important question of the year. When are you going to propose to... Did she set you up for this? Did she set you up for that?
He's not allowed to until I propose to my girlfriend. We've been dating like
Sam
7 years
so
longer.
Mad.
She'd lose her mind.
Sam would
I'd get kicked out of my own house.
So mad. That's a time thing. Melanie and I, we haven't even been together 2 years. We've only been together a year and a half, I think.
Skip this question. This whole question's...
This is a loaded question.
You're going to get us fired.
This is a loaded question. Melanie, if you're watching this, don't stab me later. Don't ask that. Come on. Where did I just go? I got distracted. That one was a heavy distracting question.
We got to catch up. We got to do some speed runs.
Same every time. What do you think of the Veloster N? I heard they're discontinuing it. Did you see that? You heard that, right?
I didn't hear that, but...
they're talking about discontinuing it. Get out of your chair and jump on. I was cry. I already Team Exotic, man. I stood up.
I didn't want to hit my head, dude. You don't know where this area is.
Buy a 2017 WRX this Monday. Any tips on what to look for when I test drive it? If it's a 2017, probably going to be about it's 4 years old. Depending on mileage, I mean, you should be pretty good. The FA20s need to be walnut blasted about every 30,000 miles or so, or you can use Subaru Slow Induction Service. Regardless, the valves are going to have to be cleaned. Aside from that, make sure it's as close to stock as possible. If it is modified, make sure it comes with an access port. If it doesn't and it is modified, wouldn't buy it. 10 out of 10 wouldn't buy it. It's just asking for problems on that one. 17 by 8 plus 40, 245, 4017, preferably under $300 a wheel. RPF 1s 100%. I like RPF 1s. I think they're a good looking wheel. Everyone says RPF 1s are overplayed. I disagree. They still sell RPF. They've been selling RPF 1s for like 20 years now.
I think this actually is like the point where RPF 1s need to make a comeback, because everybody for the past like 3 to 5 years has been saying they're overplayed, so nobody's been buying them.
I like RPF 1s.
So
I would say RPF 1s are within that budget. $300 a wheel. NTO3's another really good wheel. It's a strong performance wheel. I'm talking like performance wheels here. If you want something that's a little bit more flashy or like showy, what could you get for $300 a wheel?
Throw out a random one. Motegi track lights.
How much are those?
They made a new version of track lights. Dude came in like a couple days ago and he had them, and they actually look nice.
Well,
there we go. Track lights are known as one of the lightest wheels you can get for like mad cheap, like a RPF 1.
See, there we go. Cosmos, if you're okay, I think they're called the XTR06. Those are heavy wheels. That's the only thing I don't like about those Cosmos wheels. They are heavy. Mm-hmm. How much power do you think a 2015 WRX would make Stage 1 Plus on E85? Stage 1 Plus, that's going to be intake, catback, and E85. I'm going to guess 300 horsepower. If you have like Koenig Hypergram's another good one. Another good one. I'm going to guess 300 wheel horsepower on E85 with intake and catback. Actually, no. I take that back. 280 because you still have the stock J-pipe. Or Anki, maybe Kansai. There you go. Mango is nice. I just don't like the mango. I just don't like the mango Trulies. What tripod do you use for your camera that I can see the background of all your videos? It is a Manfrotto monolight tripod with their ball head. But it's not the ball head. What is it? What is the tripod head that we have? It's the Manfrotto.
God, the 502. It's a Manfrotto 502, 503, 504. I don't know. It's a 50 something.
I was going to grab my camera and show him like how big the camera was, but I forgot it's impossible right now.
That tripod's also huge. It's a video.
Yeah, I mean, I like a strong tripod because, I mean, my camera's not the heaviest, but I want something that's, like, I know my camera's not going to fall over, because if this camera, like, ever got destroyed, I'd be very upset, very upset. The entire time watching Batter's video about the 3-inch turbo inlets, I was thinking about the O4, then I saw you comment. I know, right? Like, I was watching, did you see that one of the Batter? Oh, hold up, we're going to come back to this, one. David, appreciate the dono, man. Check out Artisa Artform, the wheels made by Fitment Industries, 1080 for a set. That's actually not bad.
And Rotoforge.
Yeah, that's actually not bad. Good wheel to check out. Also, my wife Jenny let me buy a 2021 STI, and I'm in love. What's the first modification I should do on it? 100%, if you're not trying to void the engine warranty, I would say a Cartboy short shifter. It's probably one of my favorite modifications to do first to a car. At like $100, it's a pretty good like bang for the buck mod, and it really does make a difference when driving. If you're looking for more engine related, start off with like an IAG AOS, or if you want to do something power, definitely get an access port, because that's going to be your gateway into all modification on that car. Back to the turbo inlet thing. Did you see that video on the turbo inlet thing where Batter was talking about that? Like JR's car, because JR from over my WX channel, his car's over at Batter's right now doing a rotated 6266 setup. And he was showing, like, he has the IAG V2 TGV deletes. I have the V3s. So the V2s, I don't know if like the design of the V2 is like drastically different where it doesn't stab it, but his was like stabbing into the turbo inlet, like stabbing. Like you saw mine. Mine was not stabbing.
Have you seen mine?
You have a hard pipe.
Yeah, but I still have a coupler on
it.
It doesn't magically connect.
True. But
it's bad.
True, but you saw
like
mine.
Bad.
Like mine is not bad.
No.
At all. Like I don't know
you need to go look at mine.
I've seen yours.
My coupler is a 3-inch coupler that literally goes like
and remember we found that pool of oil in there?
I was like, how the hell do you have a 3-inch coupler? It's a 3-inch coupler, but it's like this. It connects to turbo, then it goes up and shifts like heavily.
That's true,
it's like a tiny little...
That's true. I know. I'm right there with you. But like with mine, like the clearance between my turbo inlet and TGV is perfect. Like it doesn't stab into it. It touches it.
They must have. I mean,
I don't. Well,
either they made it slightly.
I don't know. I don't know if JR and Batter trimmed theirs or not. I don't know if that plays a huge factor in it, because I took about an inch off of mine, so that way, right where the turbo inlet bends, that's where it like sits in the TGV delete. So that way, it's not stabbing into it. Like, yeah, granted, it moves the intake a little bit closer to the intake manifold, but I have no fitment issues in that car. Everything's aligned. Like Matt was out there with me.
Most
like,
of those, you have to trim them. Anyways.
Yeah, and like you were out there with me. The turbo is aligned properly. Everything's aligned correctly. So we made sure of all that.
And yours fit nice. I think it also depends on up pipes.
It could be.
Because the rotation of the up pipe, like if you get, I don't know, I don't know if my up pipe to header, since headers are NVIDIA, up pipes at Grim speed, if that like tilts things incorrectly.
I mean, it
it's
could.
Not meant for it.
I mean, it could. You never know.
Yeah, my turbo definitely is like.
But yeah, I mean, my FP Black with that FP 84mm turbo inlet fits literally perfectly. The intake manifold isn't squishing it down. The TGV is not stabbing into it. Maybe I just got lucky and all of my components just like fit like a puzzle, and it fit just perfect. I mean, that could also be it. Also, Electroshock, what up, dude? Just installed the Stage 1 Plus Redline Cobb today. Ooh, that's a good intake. I've seen that intake. It's a good sounding intake. I just can't justify the price for it. It's like a $600 intake from Cobb now. I'll take the SF, like the Cobb SF any day of the week, just because I don't want to spend $600 on an intake. But that's a good intake regardless. I don't generally like pineapple stuff, but the Trulies are pretty sick. The Truly pineapple actually isn't that bad. That's actually a pretty good tasting turbo inlet. Do you have 2 drinks over there?
My other drink is gone, and now I have a coffee.
Jeez, what kind of ignition coil is better than OEM? Or honestly, OEM is a good... Like, personally, I wouldn't swap out from OEM for ignition coils. Like, the OEM ones are solid. They're a decent price, too. I had to replace all of them in the O5 STI, and I think it came out to, like, what was it, like $100 a coil pack or something like that? $400 for a brand new set of OEM coil packs really isn't that bad.
And with the coil packs, so I had planned to swap to Okada projects, or I think they have an American division called Ignition Projects, where that might just be a very similar company that also makes that stuff.
Yeah.
I asked Eric over at PRE, and he said that even for their like Black Widow build, when that runs like 8s, he was like, all we use and all we recommend is OEM.
Yeah, OEM coil packs are like where it's at. How do I like my Grim Speed up pipe? I love it. I mean, it's like gold now because they don't sell external wastegate up pipes anymore. But yeah, I mean, I always use Grim Speed external wastegate up pipes. Now that they're not making them anymore, I guess I'm not building EJs anymore because I can't get that up pipe. I'm totally joking. No, I like it. I like those ones. Toolbox Tour? I mean, my toolbox is a mess. You've seen my toolbox.
Have you seen mine?
Yours is more organized than mine.
Mine has more tools on the outside of it than inside it. At all times.
That is true. Street or competition AOS? Depends on what you want. I mean, a competition AOS right now is going to be harder to tune for just because it vents everything to the atmosphere versus keeping everything back into the system. I'm going to say street because it doesn't really require a tune. I'm seeing this come up a lot over here. Real time versus reflash. What is going on? Reflash versus real time. Street friends, come on, man. You're the one throwing it out there. Come on, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Hey, what are your thoughts on the EJ25 stroker? What does it stroke it up to? A 2.7? I think it strokes it up to a 2.7. I've seen it. It's incredibly expensive. Don't think it's worth it. Personal opinion there, because you're doing crankshaft, reboring out the cylinder or the case halves, custom piston, custom rod. It's just not worth it in my opinion.
Stroker kits, anytime you put a stroker kit on something, you're taking down the RPMs they can reach efficiently and trading it for more low-end power.
It's expensive, though.
It's a lot for what you get, and
it really depends on what you're doing with the car. It depends on what you're doing with the car. I personally don't think it's worth it. Some people might. I don't think it is. I think if you just an EJ, I mean, you can make a lot of power with an EJ25. Like, I don't see a huge need to stroke it unless you're really trying to push it. Like, we're back to the Nick thing. We just caught up to the Nick thing.
We just caught up.
Yeah. Is it safe to install my Boomba bypass valve before I get an access port? Yeah, I mean, you should be totally fine. It's a bypass valve as long as it's recircing. The Boomba one recircs everything back into the system. So to be honest, you don't need it.
Really not even changing anything.
Yeah, you don't need a tune. It has a stiffer spring in it, so you get a little bit more flutter. But aside from that, you're going to be totally fine. Thoughts on building an NA EJ25? Personally, I think it's a waste of money. I wouldn't do it. You're not going to make a ton of power. You might make like 230 wheel horsepower. It really depends on what you're doing with the car. A lot of people build NA EJ25s for like rally. I mean, if you're doing it for rally, then 100%.
Like dirt track, I see a lot of people do it.
But like street racing applications or just general like daily driving, like they want to push the car, not so much. I mean, I personally wouldn't do it. What are your thoughts on aftermarket crank pulleys for the 08 Plus WRX? I mean, this can apply to any WRX ST. This can apply to any car, actually, out there in the world.
No lightweight.
With Subarus, since that's what we're talking about right now, no lightweight crank pulleys. You will never hear me recommend a lightweight crank pulley to absolutely anyone. When you pull off the OEM harmonic balancer, what you're doing is you're putting on this lightweight crank pulley. It has no material to absorb engine vibration. So what happens, that engine vibration has to go somewhere. So what it's doing is it's going through the crankshaft, and then it's obviously going all the way through the crankshaft. It's going to put more stress on your bearings, which can potentially lead to, I guess, an increased chance of failure. I have like a ton of documentation from fluid dampers somewhere in the office in here that if you guys want that information, I can definitely share it with you, where they did testing versus a lightweight crank pulley, the OEM harmonic balancer, and the fluid dampener. But fluid amper, every single time I do that.
Fluid damper.
I know, every single time. But there's a reason why I run... Matt runs a fluid damper. I run a fluid damper on the EG33 STI, on the O5 STI. You have an ATI super damper on the Neon. Like, there's a reason why we're getting fluid ampers. Fluid damper. There's a reason why we're getting these with extra... I can't even talk now. The extra material, the rubber, the compound to absorb all these vibrations.
Well, it may be okay in other engines, but Subarus balance themselves out for the most part.
There's no balance shafts in a Subaru.
Yeah, other cars have balance shafts to try and incorporate that. They balance themselves out, so if you're throwing something that unbalances the whole thing into the mix, it's just not a good thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't suggest it. Hi, hello, Outdoor Entertainment. Elijah's Outdoor Entertainment. What's going on, dude? Have you ever heard of Gearhead's Performance? I do suggest you look them up. They might be able to. They might be able to have something for Subaru owners, performance tuning and upgrades. I will have to check them out. I've never heard of them before. Good evening. What up, Eric? What's going on, man? So with EPA being Karens about cars, does this mean I can't run external gates? Yes and no. That's gray area right now. Some tuners will still tune external wastegate. Some tuners won't. If you want like a bulletproof setup that any tuner will tune, you're going to have to route that external wastegate back into the downpipe before the catalytic converter. That's a foolproof way. It still complies with EPA stuff. You still have an external wastegate that is still plumbing back into the downpipe. Yet, it's not going to be as efficient as a full external wastegate setup would be, but it's still going to work. It's just going to be, you're obviously going to be quieter too. I'm curious on how that sounds. I've never heard of it. I've never heard one in person that routes back into the downpipe. I'm assuming
you still hear it.
Do you?
Yeah, it changes the tone a bit. But it's like you still hear the wastegate noise.
Yeah. But it's just like not
quiet. Yeah, it's not blasting to the atmosphere. You just kind of hear that tone as well in the exhaust.
Interesting. Well, there we go. First thing I did in my 2018 WRX is the Cobb access port. That is a good first modification to do because that is your gateway into all modification. Yo, what's up, Tanner? Anyway, I can DM email you in regard to the proper checklist to make the most 400 wheel horsepower on my stock block 2017. Yeah, I mean, if you want, you can shoot it over. I will take a gander at it probably tomorrow because I don't know what I'm doing for the rest of the night tonight, but I'll take a gander at it at some point. Gearheads Performance, look them up. I will look them up, Ben. I have a FA20. Mine's 300, pretty legit. The twin scroll is nice, but I do wish I had better suspension and brakes off the STI. I mean, I'm going to be honest. When I had my WRX, both my FA20 ones, and this V8 chassis STI, I honestly didn't really notice a huge difference in the suspension. Like, maybe it's just me, but I didn't feel a huge, noticeable difference. Mm-hmm. But the brakes, even the brakes, I didn't notice a huge difference in the brakes either. Maybe I'm just numb.
Not having Brimbos?
Yeah, maybe I'm just numb to it now, and I don't know. But hi, what are your thoughts on the 2007 STI Limited? I would love to have one if I could ever get my hands on one. One of my favorite cars that I've ever had was my 2007 STI, my Hawkeye. Absolutely love that car. Regret selling it. If I still had it today, that car would probably be insane right now. But love them. The Limiteds are awesome. I like the little trunk spoiler. I like the fact that you get a sunroof and heated seats. I actually don't mind the leather seats in there. You like hardcore reading over there. We'll get to it. But yeah, Matt wants a Hawkeye, so maybe he'll snag one in the future. Maybe. I'm not a fan of drag strips. I have only gone twice. I've never been to one. Every time I've drag raced, it's always been. What's the statute of limitations actually? 5 years? 7 years? Regardless, I think I'm outside the statute of limitations. We used to do it in Louisiana all the time. It's fun. It's fun stuff. I've just never done it on an actual prep track. Sup, Tanner, what do you think about me cutting cat out of Cobb downpipe and replacing with electronic? I wouldn't do that. I personally wouldn't do that. If you're going to cut up a downpipe, don't cut up a Cobb one. Buy a cheap, no-name one off of eBay and cut that one up. I wouldn't cut up a Cobb one. You can get some good money for a Cobb downpipe also. How the hell do I pass emissions with modifications, man? I don't know. We don't have emissions up here, so I don't know. Slip the emissions guy $100.
When we did have emissions, just as long as we didn't have a check engine light, we were good.
I know
some stuff, it'd read it.
Yeah, I know some states are a lot more strict.
If you have emissions, you can pass it just as long as you don't have a check engine light. If you have inspections, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, because then they do visual and they go through the OBD2. I don't even have the OBD2 port in that car anymore. If they bring back emissions, what happens?
You go.
There's no OBD2. Yeah, there's no OBD2. So I don't know.
You just buy one of those 1 week passes from the DMV
and just keep buying
every
them
week. Yeah.
That's one. How much are those? Those are $100 though. That cost me $5,200 a year just to have.
They can't give you a ticket for anything if they pull you over if you have one of those.
That's true.
Because I'm in the process of fixing it.
I'm trying to fix it, and I just keep getting them.
I don't know.
We'll figure that out later. Nobody in the check. You need to look up Gearhead's Performance. Bro, I will look them up, man. We got a lot of comments to go through. I'll look them up tonight, I promise. Yo, Tanner, saw you got the fluid damper. Is it actually worth it? Hey, back to the fluid damper.
Yes.
Also, do they last a while? Some of your videos, saw some videos of the videos just tearing apart. I've never seen one tear apart. Then again, I guess it really comes down to what you're doing.
Fluid dampers.
They're rated for a certain amount of time. I think it's 5 years.
And it's like a metal casing, like they're all pressed together.
Yeah,
so.
like they're nice. They're a lot better than OEM. They do have a rating of like 5 years, but to be honest, if you're not doing like motorsports application, if you go past the 5 years, it's not going to be the end of the world unless it like starts to deteriorate. But you'll physically see it deteriorating if it's going to be doing that. But yes, 100% fluid dampers are worth it. I use the fluid damper in the O5 STI, for example. It made a noticeable difference in how the car drove. Like, I don't want to say drove, but how it ran. Like, it felt a lot smoother. Like, when you put yours on, did you notice that the RPM band felt a lot smoother going through it? I mean, it's not like oh my god, the whole car feels like so much different, but it's like a small noticeable.
Especially XL to decel.
Yeah.
Was one thing that I actually did notice a moderate difference in.
Yeah, I mean, it felt like incredibly... I'm not incredibly... I'm overhyping it. It felt like it was a noticeable difference. Let me say that. Well, that's a hell of a dono. That's what I'm saying. That's the biggest dono we've ever had. The Cobb Big SF intake gets installed tomorrow. I can't wait to get it on. That's a good sounding intake. I will say that is a noisy intake. I mean, I like noisy intake, so I mean, I'm all for it. Gear... W25 versus D27. We're talking about heads now. I mean, what are you...
Assuming we meant...
Heads are the big difference. W25 or D27. I don't know what the big difference between W25...
So it's W25 or D25.
I don't think it's the... I'm pretty sure it's galley locations.
Well, a D25 is going to be the shallow combustion chamber heads. So they raise compression a little bit. The W25s, is that only on the VA?
Yeah, like the VA comes with the W25.
Mm-hmm.
D25 is... What does that come on?
D25 is... I don't know if they didn't have it on STIs.
Yeah, because the STI heads in mine are
D25 is like the 07 to 09 Legacies and Outbacks and Foresters that have the...
Were yours originally D25?
No, because I have the 0506.
So you have B25 like I have.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, because 05 to 07 Outbacks and Legacies essentially had EJ257 in them, but they were marketed as a 255.
Yeah, we were talking about this the other day.
They weren't in an STI.
We're talking about this one the other day. Also, Christopher, appreciate the dono, man. Thank you for the great content. Keep it coming. Definitely, my man. Ton more to come. I promise. There's a ton. Tomorrow's video will be a fun one to shoot. Where we go? All right, where were we? Why don't you do Twitch streaming? I can do Twitch streaming. Would you guys watch if I did Twitch streaming? I've thought about it. I don't know what I would like Twitch stream. Call of Duty, me just getting mad.
I used to stream on Twitch, but like I said, I suck at video games sometimes.
I mean, all I really play is like
nothing really.
I mainly stick with like Call of Duty.
I try and do funny stuff.
I just rage quit all the time.
And nobody would watch me, and it's
bad. It's bad.
I was not being myself on camera.
Smash the like button for the doggo. He's not in here right now. I hope he's doing good though.
Yeah, he dipped out.
He's chilling. I only got wait, Gearhead's perform. Ben, I promise I'll look up Gearhead's performance tonight, my man. I only got the WRX because it's cheaper and I'm not rich. There's nothing wrong with that. The WRX is a good car. There's nothing wrong with that at all. STI short throw on the WRX on the 17 felt pretty great, to be honest. Night and day difference. The OEM one, personally, I don't like. I don't like the OEM STI short throw shifter on the WRXs. Not a fan of it. I like the Boomba. I like the Boombas. We could set you up on here to stream video games with the new PC is up. Fox, now I gotta get the new PC up sooner. Now I feel guilty.
Then I gotta buy a PC because I'll feel left out.
Yo, look! You see the parts? Look at the fun colored.
Stop it!
Look at the fun colored fans. Woo!
Stop it with your
Woo!
Corsair stuff.
RGB. Need to replace my O2 sensor on my GD STI. Should I go OEM or Denso replace? I'm pretty sure OEM is Denso. I'm 90% sure OEM is Denso. Denso makes so many OEM parts. I would just
Denso or Bosch.
Honestly, I go on Amazon and I buy like the cheap $35 Bosch ones, and they last me like 2.5 years. They're pretty good OEM replacement ones. Matt, let's smoke a bowl of Devil's Lettuce. Blummer, appreciate the dono, man.
I don't smoke. I know I look like I smile a lot, but
well, I better go to bed. It's 5 a.m. here. Ooh, well, sleep tight, my friend, and sweet dreams.
5 a.m.
Is that weird? Is that weird to say? Is that weird to tell you guys sweet dreams if you're going to bed?
Go tuck yourself in.
I don't care if it's weird or not. I'm going to say it anyways. When I push the clutch in on my O4 Wrx, it sounds like the spring is crusty and squeaks. Would I need WD-40? I mean, you can definitely grease it up. I mean, you could use WD-40. You could do a little bit of like Molly grease on the spring. Yours is starting to feel weird.
That could just be, if it's the clutch pedal, it could just be the clutch pedal assembly too, because they like to just get stupid and squeak and feel like crap over time.
I mean, I would start with the spring though. Like that's like a $3 fix if you try some like Molly grease or something. I would start with that. I mean, replacing the whole clutch pedal assembly also kind of sucks.
Yeah,
it's not.
It's a learning experience.
It's not bad in the 17 right now if you were to do it.
Yeah,
but with like full dash and interior,
accessible.
That just sounds awful. I can't wait to see the test fit. Love the new Johnnies. Hey, appreciate it. No news on my EG33. She had to stand still for a bit. I know the feeling. Technically, there's nothing else that I can do to build my EG33 anymore right now until these OEM parts come in. Mainly because I forgot to order that one idler pulley. It happens.
We actually don't.
What? One of you smoke? I saw the black on the bottom of the lighter in an old video. That's not... I mean, we smoke cigarettes, don't get me wrong, but, like, there's nothing on the bottom of that, my friend. There's nothing on that.
My videos are in too low of res.
Plumber, appreciate the dono, my friend. All right, where did I just go? Gearhead's Performance, the official... I thought that said Pokemon for a minute. Ben, I promise I'll look up Gearhead's Performance, dude. That's my next goal after this one. Get an STI. Hey, it's a good goal. It's a good goal to sit right there. It's a good goal.
That's my goal too, man.
Be the ball. Make it happen. I'm all about it. My bad, I forgot to hit the like. Hit that like button, that's what I'm saying. Plumber, appreciate the dono, man. Reflex Boxer, second lieutenant? I'm guessing it's lieutenant. I'm guessing. Is the EPA really trying to end car mods? No, the EPA... Alright, let's talk about EPA stuff for a minute. We're going down this rabbit hole of EPA stuff. Everyone, and I mean every single person on YouTube is overhyping this whole EPA stuff. Yes, the EPA is trying to restrict some parts. They're trying to restrict emissions control devices. Even if you have to run an EGR, even if you have to run a catted downpipe, they are not trying to remove the rest of the performance modifications. I promise you this. Yes, does it suck if they go to the extent of removing some of these modifications from being sold? 100%. But they are not trying to put an end to every single car part that is out on the market. I promise you this. Like, you may not be able to get, like, atmospheric dumping air oil separators anymore. They're all probably going to be closed loop systems. Yeah, you might have to reroute your external wastegate back into the downpipe. It's not the end of the world. I promise you guys, they're not going to completely remove all car parts. You're going to be able to buy car parts for years and years to come. They're not getting rid of them. How do you live in Washington and not smoke? I'm a very... don't get me wrong, I've smoked in the past. Yeah, 100, I have. I won't lie or anything like that. But I'm a very, like, productive person where I always got to be doing something. And, like, in the past, if I ever smoked, I'd just be like, I don't do, you know, I'd just be bored and I'd just sit there. It's just not my thing. It's just not what I do. I'm always moving. I'm always doing stuff.
I'm allergic.
Are you really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Are you actually?
It's shitty. Yeah, if I smoke, it gets real bad.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's like throwing up on the ground for hours bad.
That sounds terrible.
It really sucks, because I have a really, like, happy personality.
You'll see.
I think I'd just be...
I mean, it sounds like you don't need to.
And I'm stressed out all the time. Like, it would definitely help if I could, but I can't.
See? Christopher, appreciate the dono, man. I put exhaust in my STI. The left muffler hangs too low. What is the best way to fix that? Shorter hangers, bend the hanger bar. The bushings themselves that actually hold the hangers up, you can get shorter bushings that will help suck it up a little bit more to help just raise it up so that way it's pretty much in line. If not, you can try adjusting the hangers a little bit, and that will also help to angle it. Right there, urethane hangers right there. They make smaller hangers that'll definitely help clean up any slack that might be hanging out in the exhaust. I think they're cheap too. I think they're pretty cheap. A friend of mine had a straight piped EZ30. That thing was loud and absolutely no rumble. I mean, the EZ30 is an entirely different engine setup at that point. But yeah, they're stupid loud. EZ30s are stupid loud. How would you determine the reliability of a stock 2018 plus WRX only reliability mods, RAD, EGR, AOS, to that of an average car, like an overall sense? I mean, honestly, and hello from Spokane. What's going on, Nick? Overall... Nick.
It was you!
No, overall, I mean, reliability-wise, you should be pretty solid. I mean,
Josh.
there's Nick.
There's Nick. It was you.
Overall, I mean, the FA20s are pretty reliable engines. Once you start pushing them to the extent of what they can handle for power, that's when they start bending rods. But overall, FA20 engines are pretty reliable. I wouldn't stress about anything too much. Plus, with it being a 2018 or 2018 plus, it's going to have lower miles anyway, so I wouldn't worry too much. There's Nick. Are we still able to get catless downpipes in the USA? Hearing that you can't get... all right, so you can definitely still buy catless downpipes from like AliExpress, eBay. I don't know if they're still on Amazon. The hard thing that you're going to be running into is who can tune them. You can definitely make a catless downpipe too. You can buy a catted downpipe, cut out the cat, weld a section in there, and then you have a catless downpipe. What you're going to run into is who's going to tune it. Most tuners won't touch it. 100%. You get all the dono money, right? That is correct, Doug? I do. YouTube doesn't take any portion. They only take a portion of AdSense, not donos, thankfully. That would be awful if they did. Just got my IAG V3A. Oh my gosh, chat. I wish I could share the screen right when that happens, because it just blew. Just got my
very last one?
Just got my IAG V3 AOS Street Series and Cobb access port. Let's go!
That's an ASEC port.
Yeah.
Let's go!
Do you remember the first time you installed an AOS? Like an actual like AOS? You've never done one, have you?
I don't.
You don't, because you have the grid speed. Wow.
I have the garbage, but I mean that's still doing all the same shit. It just
installs
goes in a different
totally.
spot.
The first time I installed an actual AOS took me 8 hours. The first time I ever did it in 2012.
Well, I mean my motor was completely out and torn down when I
that doesn't count.
Routed everything
no, that doesn't
in general.
count. I don't count that.
We'll do it on mittens.
Are you gonna put that IAG one on mittens? Or are you putting that on Chewy?
Yeah,
you have the swap kit.
I'm gonna be screwed depending on what we do.
No, you don't. No,
we'll figure it out in the next day.
We'll figure it out. You and I will learn how to tune.
Okay.
We'll go road tune. I don't know how to tune. You don't know how to tune. We'll just turn the boost all the way up. And
I know enough to hopefully not have it blow up.
See?
And from there,
just advanced timing, all the fuel, all the boost. That's all we gotta do, right?
Now you gotta retard timing. I need that full retard timing.
All right. Hey, Smedia, what's going on, Neil? You liked my post. I finally got a WRX I've been saving for 3 years now. I got my buddy's car for a good price, Black Pearl Bug Eye. Ooh, I love me some Bug Eyes. Doug!
Buy a 4-port!
Buy a 4... Doug, for you...
God dang it, Doug, you're gonna make me run a 4-port!
Here's what we're gonna do. For Doug... and the dono that Doug just gave us, which I appreciate, my friend. We'll do a 4-port on the EG33. We will actually put a 4-port.
Is that dono going to a 4-port?
Yes, that dono's going to pay for the 4-port boost controller for the EG33. And
I think that's literally what he wanted with that.
We're going to do it. We're going to do
Thanks,
it.
Doug.
Doug, you've been pushing 4-ports for a while now. We're going to send it. We're going to send it. We're going to do a 4-port boost controller on the EG33. I don't know how to hook it up.
Does he have a recommendation? Doug, what's a good recommendation for a 4-port?
Yeah, who makes a good 4-port?
Because if I just type in 4-port, I might get like some eBay special 4-port.
Amazon special. AliExpress special.
It might just be a vacuum piece.
That is true.
And I'll think, because I don't know any better.
Doug, give me a good suggestion on a 4-port boost controller. We're gonna do a 4-port on the EG33. Now I feel committed now. We're gonna do it. We're gonna have to do it. Just watched Josh's Batterbuilt video about those hardline. He made it so easy to do. Hardline. What hardline? Hardline. Hardline. Woo! Hardline. What hardline? I'm so cute. What hardline?
We're talking about the inlet.
The inlet? Is that the hardline? I'm thinking like the hardline, like the PCV and coolant crossover for the reservoir delete. I don't know. I need some more clarification. I don't know what the hardline is. I don't know what it is. So a blaze yellow bug eye WX just popped up. Buy it. 100%. You don't say no more. No mores need to be said. Well maintained, one owner for 5K. Ooh, 5K. I can't buy another car and I'm sad. Buy it. It's a Sonic yellow bug eye for 5K. One owner.
Who says you can't buy another car?
Get it. Buy it. 100%.
You just park it at work.
Hide it.
Don't ever tell anyone.
Mac, same ones who make the Cobb 3-port. All right, we're gonna buy Mac 4-port. On payday, we'll get it ordered. We're gonna do it.
I'll buy one too, just for the hell of it.
What are you gonna put it on?
Whatever.
As far as I would do a little bit more research. All right, I'll do a little bit more research. Hardline Turbo inlet. Oh, okay, the hard pipe turbo inlet. Gotcha. Well, he had a custom made one.
And actually, Mac makes 90% of all of the boost controllers.
That's true.
Even AMs are like relabeled.
That is also true. Show us your tats, Tanner. Is the blaze from a guy? Oh, show us. I got like you guys want more. I got like the owl right there. I got like a JFK quote. Well, I got like some like weird little band thing that I got when I was 18 because I thought it was cool, and I got like the all-seeing eye right there. Oh no, it's not Illuminati. Don't even ask. It's not Illuminati. And then I have more, but I'm not gonna strip down for you guys on this. That's what OnlyFans is for. I don't have an OnlyFans, but
stop looking at us like that.
Adam, what's going on, dude? Welcome to the stream, my man. They're robust. They are. I don't know what's robust, but we're robust. I'm so far back in the chat, like those comments always. Sonic Yellow for 5K. Upstart is your friend. That's what I'm saying. 5K. I'm just saying, a Sonic Yellow Bug Eye for 5K, I wouldn't let that pass up.
Nah, you can have a lot of fun with it.
If I gotta, like, sell a kidney, I'm sure someone needs a kidney. 5K.
I think a kidney is
Sonic Yellow Bug Eye. I don't care. Sonic Yellow Bug Eye. That's all I want. Just give it to me. What's up, man? Can't wait to see the test fit. That's what I'm saying. I can't wait to see the test fit. I'll post some, like, teaser pics up on the Discord. So that way Discord members can like take a peek at it. Take a peek if you're not in the Discord. I will post the link in the comments after this because I'm not going to comment it back in here right now. But somewhere back at the top of the chat, it's in there. I owe big questions. Oh, that was the proposed question. AM 400 liter fuel pump, inline high flow. This is what I was talking about. Can people with low horsepower use it? Yeah, I mean, fuel pumps are tunable. Well, they're not tunable, but they're controllable. You have your, what is it, the fuel pump? The fuel pump, it's like a big relay box in the back of the car.
FPCM.
Thank you. That'll
fuel pump control module.
Thank you. And it controls like 33%, 66%. Is it 100 or 99?
I think it's 99.
Yeah.
You get a low, middle, high on that, and
yeah,
so it's not really gonna mess anything up.
No. Once you start getting like big injectors, that's when things start to get a little skewed.
Yeah, because you can only scale down an injector so much. So if you have big injectors, you have trouble idling.
You just see that?
No.
I just got Truly in my eye.
Oh, it's like yesterday I got ketchup in my eye.
Toothpaste.
And I thought it burned because of the acid, but Fox, you let me know it burned because of the vinegar.
Toothpaste is the worst part. You ever get toothpaste in your eye? Like, I have an
extra shiny eye.
Yeah, like I have an electric toothbrush, and then like it does this thing at like every 30 seconds it'll pause, and I thought it was done once, so I was like getting ready to clean it off, and it started back up right here and got toothpaste in my eye. That is the worst burning thing I've ever had. Worse than brake clean in the eye.
Brake fluid sucks.
Yeah. But I appreciate the dono, man. Get Subi tattoo next to the... I'm not getting a Subaru tattoo. As much as I like Subaru, I'm not that committed to getting a Subaru tattoo. I don't know. I'm very, like, selective with tattoos. Now I am, because when I was 18, I made stupid decisions and got tattoos that I regret. But you know what? It is what it is. They're not, like, they're not, like, stupid, but, like, all this, I wish I wouldn't have gotten.
Yeah, I got my tattoo when I was 18, and my mom yelled at me. That was great.
That's all right. I went to some sketchy tattoo shop in Arizona when I was in the Army thinking it was a great idea. It wasn't.
That is a great idea.
It wasn't, but, you know. I don't know what stream I clicked on. Well, welcome, Maroc, if you're still in here, because I'm pretty far back in the chat, but if you're still in here...
He was like, screw this place.
Screw this stream.
Get
getting out of
here. Two guys talking.
Do you know how much power can a CVT Legacy GT take? I mean, honestly, CVTs like to throw fits around 320 wheel horsepower. That's when they start to get a little iffy and throw tantrums. I personally wouldn't push one past that yet. Veloster not discontinued. Keyword here, yet. Fewer model versions. I see. A while back you did a video on eTunes. Yes, I did, with the BRZ. I thought you went with Delicious Tuning. I did. Would you use them again? If not, who? 100%. Yeah, Bill at Delicious Tuning. That dude's a wizard. He got that we would have been done with that.
Quick.
Yeah, we would have got that eTune done in a day, and that car ran perfect after he tuned it. Except for the time that I drove it over the curb, but that was my fault, not Bill's. You were in the car for that one.
I was.
You were in the car for that one.
That's on video.
I still have the video of that. That's in a live stream. That's in one of the live streams. So access port and intake or access port and turbo back. Personally, I would do access port and turbo back for 2018 STI. You're going to get more bang for the buck for power with an OTS tune from a turbo back than you would out of an intake. RPF 1s are the lightest wheels they make for the price range. That's what I'm saying. That's why I like RPF 1s. They're good question. They're good questions. They're good wheels. RPF 1s can probably...
Those things are good.
They're good.
They do good.
You can buy 2 Sonic Yellow Bug Eyes for $5K for the price of 1 kidney. I can get 2 for 1 kidney.
Also a kidney.
Done. If you got lye on you, use vinegar water. Isn't lye an acid? I'm pretty sure. LOL, meet a dude with a VTech tramp stamp. Oh. F in the chat for DMX and or Prince Philip. That is true. Let me throw... Oh, I can't type in that chat. I gotta type in this chat. F. Multiple Fs. Is that allowed? Can I do more than one?
No. Then it's like you're being sarcastic.
Okay, I take back all of the ones except for the one. There's just one F. What? Can you really not do more than one?
Don't forget to shake your ass and watch yourself.
Either way, that sucks. Like, who's gonna give it to me now? Seriously.
Yeah.
X ain't gonna give it to me anymore.
I'm gonna bump it.
I was listening to it in the garage earlier. It does suck though, man. I like DMX. So I barely ever drive my WRX. It's a 2018 with 10,800 miles. Okay. Considering I don't drive it, when should do maintenance? I would base it off of months before miles. If you're not driving it, definitely do it off of months and not miles. Someone asked me this the other day. Timing belt question. He had a 2011 STI. It had 50,000 miles on it. He was like, should I do the timing belt now? It's been 10 years. I was like, yeah, because obviously the rubber's going to dry rot over time. It'll start cracking. Last thing you want is a timing belt to explode on you when driving. That would be awful.
That's a big fail. And if your normal dry belts are starting to show cracking, it's very likely that your timing belt's doing the same thing. Yeah.
So I mean, if you don't drive your car as much, if you're going to hit I mean, you know Subaru maintenance better than I do when it comes to this. Is there like a recommended month per interval? Like a 30K is at 30K miles, but is there also like a monthly interval check? Like if you get to this amount of months before you hit 30K miles, should you do this maintenance?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah.
Yes, it's.
I'm just double checking.
It'd just be 30 months.
Oh, is it just 10?
Yeah, it's literally like a timing belt's like 8 years.
So 1 month is 1,000 miles.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go. Just use that rule of thumb. I guess
it's like a 3 or 36.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Subaru man. I love eating mangoes. Electroshock. See, you're not the only one who likes mangoes. Oh, you didn't.
I just don't like eating mangoes.
You didn't like the mangoes.
Yeah. Maybe it was the type of mango.
That's how I am with grapes. I like grapes, but I absolutely hate artificial flavored grape.
It's because it's not the same.
But you know what? The best, I will argue anyone in the chat with this, the best artificial flavoring, you know what it is? Banana runts, to be specific. I don't know what it is about banana runts, but for some of them...
Because they don't taste like bananas at all.
The best. Apparently that's what bananas used to taste like.
Oh yeah, it's before they...
Before they cannibalized bananas and like...
You guys really screwed up bananas.
Bananas would be so good. Like, if bananas tasted like banana-flavored runts, like 100%. I
don't like the texture.
Of a banana?
Yeah, or like pudding or Jell-O. Makes me sick.
I don't like Jell-O or pudding. I don't like the texture of those either. I'm right there with you. I just can't. And mushrooms. Nope. Just hold the mirror up to the camera. I don't have one in here. The camera is my mirror whenever I need to look at myself. Just all the time, apparently. Why spend all that money on a Hyundai Veloster N when you can get a 1986 Dodge Omni? Committed to the Dodge Omni, Ben. I'll give you that.
Bruh, it's a Dodge Omni goes like hell.
Yeah, I know. Would you not want one?
They're sick.
Signs of block going out. I got oil consumption going on, no blue smoke or smoke from under the oil cap. Daily driver access port numbers. Do a compression test. That's where I'd start. I mean, compression leak down test. I joined in the wrong time. Jake, we're just talking about some bananas in here, man. Different banana strain that died out to the It was the fungus that killed the bananas. Laffy Taffy banana. I don't like. I can't do Laffy Taffy. Honestly, with your block, start out with a compression test and a leak down test. That'll tell you the overall health of the motor. If you have like bad leak down numbers or bad compression numbers, and you know it's starting to go out and it's probably on its last leg, and then you can kind of diagnose and repair from there. But that's where I would start with that. My old boss had a Hellcat. Oh, we went from bananas to Hellcats. I don't know how we did that, but I like it.
Same.
How do you guys mount your access ports? I can't find mounts like that. I use the Scosh vent mount. I got it at Target for $15. And
I legit use a suction cup.
I hate yours.
Cell phone holder.
I don't like yours. I don't like suction cups. Like anything that's sticking on my window.
Mount, and it was annoying to me.
I always like the vent mounts because
I like being able to feel the vent blowing in my face.
It doesn't block the vent. What do you mean you like the vent blowing in your face?
Redirected my arrow around it.
Oh my God.
I didn't like it.
Just get the $15 magnetic vent mount from Target. It's Scosh brand and it works awesome. Works killer. I love that thing. Real time. What time is it? How long have we been going? We'll go for another 7 minutes. We'll go till 8. We'll go till 8. Oh, snap. This is alive. I'm late. Happy to see the 6 is about to go. It is alive. What's going on, man? What's going on, dude? We're talking about banana-flavored runts in here right now. What kind of horsepower? Okay, real time versus reflash. I'm going to touch on this one quickly. Reflash, Jesus. You have to go through and you have to, like, plug in the test connectors under the car if you have a GD chassis, but it's a permanent map change to the ECU versus a real-time. I've done real-time. I use real-time on the O5 STI. It'll overlay a new map on top of that map, but if your battery gets disconnected, it'll revert back to whatever the reflashed map was. So the real-time is just a temporary map up until you either reset ECU learning or the battery gets disconnected. Do a live every day? I don't have time. I wish. That'd be kind of cool. I mean, if you guys want more live streams, I can bump it up from 2 per week to 3 per week. If you want me to go to 3 live streams per week, what should we put in the chat?
It's a total of 3 hours a week. So if you want a live stream every day, we'll do 15 minutes a day.
No.
You want 15 minutes with us every day?
No.
No, you don't. I don't even want 15 minutes with myself.
If you guys want me to bump it up to 3 live streams per week, put a P in the chat. Let's do P.
They're all going to put a P.
Well, then we'll do 3 live streams per week from now on. We'll just alter the schedule. We'll do like...
I'm at home every day at 6 now.
See? Then we'll do...
That is my life.
We can do 3 a week. Just install... We talked about Logan. I'm making 300 and 309 with a similar build. And that's not bad. Those are good numbers. Those are fun numbers. So it's
Message retract.
A 3? I said P.
A P.
P.
Like
P. Like potato?
Potatoes.
Potato. All right. Oh, yes. You did trim it, so I need to do the same thing. I'm installing all my parts. 30 for 3 a week. Appreciate that. All right, we'll bump it up to 3 live streams per week. I appreciate the dono, Mark and Plumber. You guys are always coming in here killing it every single time. I guess I'll put an updated live stream schedule on the community tab later tonight since we're all going for 3s and Ps. I guess I'm taking 3s and Ps. We need a 4 live stream. We'll do 3. We'll do 3 and see how much more time I have to work around everything else. But all right, we'll bump it up to 3. I'll put an updated. How about 350? I'll do an updated.
Directions were unclear.
I'm still stuck on what Josh put earlier. Oh, there's Nick. I'll put an updated live stream schedule out on Discord and the community tab later tonight.
Poor Nick. We gotta apologize to Nick. Sorry, Nick.
Nick, we weren't picking
Nick's
on you.
Nick's all in the background. He's just going, I ain't never coughed on nobody.
I can't. All right, there we go. Toolbox Tour, please. We might do a Toolbox Tour. I don't know. My Toolbox is pretty... It'd be like a 30-second video. Like, here's where I keep all my junk in there. Here's where I keep all the wrenches.
I don't even know what all's in my toolbox.
Mark, also appreciate it, man. Welcome to the membership program. If you are on Discord, make sure you import over your YouTube info over to Discord. You guys get a lot of... Plumber! You see how we did that so it wouldn't block it?
Yeah. / Agina.
But if you are on Discord, make sure that you import your YouTube over to Discord and you'll get all of the extra benefits on there. How can I become a member? On mobile, it should say join channel or something like that. I also updated. No one's taken advantage of it yet because I don't know how many people are actually in the Stage 3 membership program, but I actually did update it so people can get a 10-minute one-on-one phone call to diagnose problems with me and troubleshoot with me. One 10-minute phone call per month if you in the Stage 3 membership program. I feel like it's pretty helpful because the live streams get so busy all the time. So I feel like those are I don't know if that's a smart idea or not. I'm throwing it out there though. Still waiting on those member only streams. Fox, I updated it, but we are going to be doing those because live streams are popping. I'm all about it.
Yo, this far away camera is crazy.
I know, dude. Check it out. Woo! Look how long my arms look.
You can almost see Tanner's not wearing pants.
I have pants on. Or we can do this now. Welcome.
That's scary.
Okay, I'm starting to do weird stuff. All right, we've been going for an hour and a half. I'm starting to get a little bit weird on stream.
Let's knock out 5 as fast as we can. Pick random ones.
5 random
Pick
questions.
random ones.
Right here. That's not a question.
Oh, God.
That wasn't a question.
Find 5 questions.
Boomba or Cobb shift plate or for short throw. Boomba, 100%. How bad is recirculating blow-off valve on an FA20? Not bad as long as it's recirculating 100% of the air back into the system or at minimum 50% of the air, you're going to be solid. Hey man, was just wondering if you know a good place to walnut blast my intake valves on my WRX. Love the progress. The Mod Garage does it. Subaru has a slow induction service, or you can DIY it. There's a couple videos out there showing you how to DIY it. Last one right here. Okay, no, not that one. Because that wasn't a question. 4-port for the EG33 sounds about right if you want all the boost and accurate as possible.
That wasn't a question. That wasn't a question. Keep going.
Oh my goodness.
Quick.
Here, you answer this one. Oh, you can't. Well, yeah, you answer that one.
What are the power goals you're looking to achieve with the EG? As much as we physically can, while still not freaking ourselves out.
Ideally, we're shooting for about 1,100 to 1,200 wheel horsepower with the EG33, keeping it around 800 for daily driving use when we are going to be driving the car. But last minute donos, appreciate it, you guys. Path Horse, Finky Dinky Fast Car, yay. I'm all about it. All about it. Also, Lax, welcome to the membership program, man. Make sure you guys are importing over your information over to the Discord. I will post the Discord link in the comments of this video after it goes live. Give it about 20 to 25 minutes for everything to go live. Appreciate all the donos tonight, you guys. You guys always come in the streams, absolutely kill it. I will post the updated live stream schedule on the community tab and into the Discord sometime this evening. So that way, this one's going to stay the same time. Friday at about 6:30 every Friday. That one's going to be staying. But anyways, I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. Keep an eye out for Sunday's video of test fitting the EG into the engine bay of the 17 STI. And with that, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, homies. Woo! That was a weak woo right there. Hold up, hold up.